Hello, welcome to another edition of Schlock Talk. Today we're talking about uh, Jess Franco's erotic films. Uh, so the last time we did more, I want to say horror films. This time we're focused on the other side of major side of Jess Franco's work, which was erotic films. And as we'd mentioned the last time for the previous event, he had left Spain to have a more free filmmaking career, and this is definitely during that time later. Uh, so what can I say about this movie to start out? Oh, I should mention the movie we watched. So it was a mistake. We were supposed to watch Venus in Furs, and somehow I got mixed up. It showed Black Boots, Leather Whip. Uh, Alora was fine with either pick, so I guess that worked out okay. And I'll just start out by talking about the actress in the film, Lena Romay, who was sort of I guess, a muse figure to Jess Franco and starred in many, many of his movies. Uh, Probably one of the earliest ones being The Hot Nights of Linda. And I first saw her in a horror film, Mansion of the Living Dead, who I think I want to say at least maybe one of the actresses in this movie might have been in that as well. Although I'd have to go and actually look at the cast list and see. Um, so, what can I say about this movie here? Well, let me start with talking to Alora about the ending. Alora, try not to spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
I won't tell you about what happens in the ending,
Okay.
but I do want to say that I guess I didn't pick up on something, so I was kind of surprised by the ending and shocked by it. So maybe I missed something.
Okay. Uh, I think there was some leads. I'll just mention. We'll go on. Go ahead and tell me what else you think about the movie.
I mean, I think the acting was pretty decent.
Which is probably saying something. I mean, for Italian cinema. Well, actually, this wasn't really Italian cinema. I mean, it was in Spanish, so I don't really know where it was filmed.
Yeah, I don't know. Uh, I mean, I kind of liked the storyline, but all the characters were just pretty much villains and not necessarily good guys, but I kind of felt bad for the people who bit the dust.
Well, I wouldn't say they were all villains. There was the woman who lived at I guess, the apartment building where the protagonist lived,
Yeah.
who made him breakfast and put up
Yeah.
with a lot of guff.
I guess that's too. You mean his wife or his girlfriend, or?
I'm pretty sure she wasn't his wife. I think they had separate apartments, but yeah, I mean, they definitely had
called
some
them pretty boy.
pretty one or something.
Pretty one, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely had a fling of some sort prior to this movie story starting.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd watch the movie again, but it was interesting.
Okay. Well, the plot isn't overly complex, so there's not a lot of reason to watch it again. Um, did anything stand out to you about any of the characters, or?
I don't know.
Well, you liked the acting. Did you find that anyone in particular stood out as one of the better actors, or?
I mean, the main two people were pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember.
I really liked the husband. I was kind of sad that he died. Sorry if that's a spoiler.
The husband. Okay, nobody watch this video after this until after you watch the movie.
Sorry.
Uh, so the main actor and actress, I believe the guy's name was, I want to say Robert Foster. Does that sound right? Candy Coster was the actress's name, and that was a pseudonym for Lena Romay, who was the actual actress. Um, but yeah, I think Robert Foster is the actor. Uh, I just know it rhymed, whatever the last name was. So if I'm incorrect, I guess I'll have to correct it later. Uh, Go ahead and I guess put me on camera again. And
I have trouble not giving spoilers,
yeah,
so I try not to say too much, but
yeah. Well, again, the movie doesn't have a lot of over on stuff going on, or overall
yeah, I felt
stuff going
like
on.
I felt like there could have been more of a plot.
Well, there was a plot, and Jess Franco really likes to take his time. I want to say on filming these movies
Yeah,
because despite the fact that the running time is, I think, 96 minutes, there's really not a lot of done in that time. There's a setup. So the premise is that, just to
yeah,
kind of
it
give
felt
you,
longer.
yeah, the premise comes in the first 5 or 10 minutes. I will talk a little bit about that.
It's hard for me not to like spoil things,
Yeah,
because like how else do you talk about the movie?
yeah.
Like,
So the premise is that the character Lena, played by the actress Candy Coster, whose real name is Lena Romay, uh, she approaches this thug of a guy. Uh, I don't think I remember his name in the movie itself. To basically, she wants to have him take care of her husband and a group of individuals, so that the idea is that by taking care of these crime associates, which she wouldn't be able to do on her own. It makes sense for her to approach this man, uh, played by this Robert Foster actor, I believe. Uh, the idea is that um, she's going to go and run away with this guy. Now, the setup is odd because the premise is that he has to go and find her purse in this car, and a car in a junkyard full of cars that are broken and busted, and in a trunk of one of them. And it's just a very odd thing because it's like, well, why is her purse in the trunk of this car? And I guess we just have to put two and two together as to why it was in there, and the way the movie kind of plays out. I think we can go and come up with a reason why the purse was in the trunk. But that's the most I want to say without giving too much away. Um, with the fact that there are a number of targets that this main character has to take out, uh, I want to say that I felt like they could have used a bit more development. There's some of them were interesting. One of the targets was sight impaired and still had a lot of power. And that was interesting. I still think though that was it sensitive enough? Probably not. Um, and because it's more of like, well, let's have this idea and let's
I
yes.
I do want to say that I do think that the actress is not sight impaired herself, and she kind of put on like this bit of an over like what do you call it?
An act.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could tell like she's not really sight impaired, and like she's
I don't know. I just would think that having seen enough Jess Franco movies and she hasn't shown up again, I think you're right. I mean, so there's that. Granted, this is from another time period. Let's see, 1960 something or 1970 something.
yeah.
So, this is going to come up a lot in a lot of ways. Uh, I just would want to see more depth for the characters. You know, and like you say, you know, none of them are really that wholesome of characters in the sense that they're all part of this crime ring. They're involved with drugs. They're involved with the prostitution of sex workers. So there's a lot, you know, to say about, you know, can we really feel much? The movie's kind of set up to have that certain genre feel of kind of a, I want to say, a crime flick. You
Yeah.
know, the bad guys taking on the bad guys, sort of. So if you're into that sort of film, you know, this movie's enough. Not a lot of action. Jess Franco's not about action. He is a lot about camera work, and you'll see a lot of camera work in this, as many of his films. Much panning of the camera, some great what do you call it? Landscape shots. Let's put it that way. There is an odd thing I want to point out. It's odd in a way. Unfortunately, you know, I can't really analyze it enough. You know, and maybe it's just Freudian, but the movie starts with zooming out from this woman's vagina on this picture on a wall. And interestingly, the camera recenters on the entire woman, who we don't really know who she is or why she's on a wall, although the main character says that it's his mom. So, you know, is this true? Is this actually his mom? You know, don't know anything about the picture. If I were probably look up on the internet anything about this movie, I'm probably not going to find a whole lot. So a lot of this stuff just remains a mystery. I still found that was interesting though, because this picture comes up at least a couple times in the movie, kind of zooms back in on her crotch, and again, you know, the specific thing I found interesting though was that went to when it pulled out the first time, just so you see what you're looking at. It centers the woman in the camera in her entirety, and kind of like centers that. So that's the setup for the beginning of the film when the credits are opening, and it's like, what does that tell us about the film? I don't know. Well, Laura, do you have anything else to add to this movie?
Not really.
Okay. Well, that's it for this one. We do plan on watching at least one more today. So after we eat and some drinks.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you again soon. Thanks.